I'm very nervous, I have to tell you. Because I thought I would speak in German and say, no, I will speak in English. It's easier so that you don't have to take this machine and have it give it back so we won't be late. And we are a bit late, Irene. It's due to your anniversary. Who should know that it's really glowing here? 35 years. And you have seen in the little video, FidAR is also doing some 15 FidAR forums, but compared what you did around the world, we only do it in Germany, Anja, but perhaps we go next door to, Christine, we come to France, and see, then we go abroad already, but at the moment we concentrate on Germany, but nevertheless, what's today? The 4th of July. And I think in many countries it's a symbol for freedom and self-determination. And I'm really moved by your energy. I can't see very much how pretty you looked. We did a lot of pictures before, but we all feel our energy. And I think that's more important for when we leave Berlin tomorrow night, or you leave, we stay, then take it home. It will take for 1 year. That's the same when we had the FidAR Forum. It takes nearly 1 year, and you will push forward and never push back. Of course, when we are meeting here in Germany, we think about that the commitment to equal rights knows no boundaries. Our challenging may be different, but our goals unite us. We have in German something like glass ceilings, and they hurt. And when performance goes unrecognized, when doors open, what we all hope, but only for some, when power should be shared, but instead of it's retained, these subtle structural barriers leave their mark on individuals and on society, and that we are fighting against. That's the reason why networks are so important. They are part of strategy for change. Every change begins with a decision. No longer to remain silent. Instead, we must make ourselves visible. You see them all here. We see you all. Please let us see each other wherever we are and talk positive about each other wherever we go. And then it's simply easier to go together. And I would like again express really my gratitude to Irene. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Without you, I was not planned to go to Paris. And thank you for your pioneering spirit, passion, and your tireless work connecting women worldwide. How should we do without you? And I'm deeply touched, I have to say, by the speech of Elke Büdenbender, because she's one of the ladies in Germany. Besides her job, and besides, let's say, the hard job she has as the woman of our president, she has often time for our belongings. She fights for the rights, and that's the reason where she is, over here. That's the reason. A clap to her. A clap to her. And she retired, I think, just 10 days ago, and she promised she will have more time for our belongings. Great to that. We come and ask you. No? And when I'm looking back about my years of fighting, sometimes quietly, not very often, sometimes loudly, for women's rights, equal opportunities, and fair representation. And that's why we found FidAR. It was so necessary when we started in 2006, and Anke Domscheit-Berg is here, one of the founders. And in those years, the idea of a woman's quota was still seen as an option by many people, not only in Germany. But again, our networks, we have demonstrated that change is possible, and fought to make this act of equal participation of men and women in management positions a reality. And this reality, we really can go on. We have to look that we can't go back, because that's really a tremendous nervous thinking about what's going on at the moment. We explained the Berlin Declaration, another network where people from Parliament with women association work together and fight again also for the quota. And now this Berlin Declaration brings together nearly 50 associations with more than 6 million members and all over Germany. And we will tell them about the global summits. Next year, I can't promise, but we at least will show up more than from the rest of Germany, besides the great company tables, which is a bit different, but we do our very best. But, and I really have to say, I feel as honored as 2013 when I received the Federal Cross of Merit. And I know, and that's a bit different between the hard work. Christine is really get her award. All we are doing is voluntary work, and it's a hard work, but it's all our voluntary. A lot of people thought, and Anja has asked the same, it's your main job. No, my main job was completely different world, and it was great because having to work with and deal with women's topic day and night, it's sometimes a bit too much. And there it was good to have a job which is in a complete different area, so I could come back to both sides and I'm very happy. But it was really, it was not only this big honor, but it was a call to keep going, because our work was and is far from finished. But I have to say some personal sentence, and we heard it this morning, that you have to look for the right partner who go with you the long way. And I could have never achieved any of what I did in that field, and I'm especially grateful to my late husband. He was the closest, confident, and critical advisor. And most importantly, and that, please listen, that's so important, he always believed in me. He did not fear my strengths. Some men are afraid when they see me, and they're better going far away. He never held me back or tried to change me. That's the reason why we spent 46 years together. And therefore, this award also belongs to him. I accept the award with deep gratitude to all the women who paved the way for us. And I call upon the younger generation here in the room to do much more to promote equality, because we must not take what we have achieved so far for granted. Equality is not guaranteed. It can be lost either gradually or suddenly. In many countries, and we know and we talked about it, it's changing so fast that we even can't look. And the issues with passion we are fighting for, and please, not only passion, but humor is one of the best things to convince other people that you take it serious, that you're fast, and that you're able to smile. And I think a smile in the face, and nobody can say, oh God, she's coming again through the door. Never do that. Think about it. Humor helps often. And there are still glass ceilings, outdated structures, and blind spots in power relations. And far too many decisions, and we talked about it through all the days now, are still made without women's involvement. Therefore, my last appeal to the young women in this room: be loud, be uncomfortable, be united. Don't let anyone put you down. Make yourself great. Use your voices, use your networks. You will make the difference when you're seated in front of the table. We believe in you. And as long as possible, I will support you and will not stop building bridges between the generations, opening doors and raising my voice, and relying, of course, on male allies. I think it's time to form some gangs together, because equality is not just desirable, but essential to democracy. Thank you very much.